Good afternoon. My name is Fernando Paez Milan, and today I'm going to present you my last part of my international business project. Well, the company that I've been working with to complete my project is Hermanos Tostado. Hermanos Tostado is a huge tuna company here in Mazatlán, Sinaloa, Mexico. Here we have some data of the company. We have here the mission. Their mission is to become leaders in the processing of distribution of seafood products, fresh and smoked, focusing on tuna and smoked marlin, applying our knowledge with experience of our long history in the market. Vision: to be a leading company in distribution and processing of the tuna and continue distinguishing ourselves for our quality and service that our customers are looking for, with strategic changes for the expansion in the market and thus to cover the national market. So basically, Hermanos Tostado is looking to become an international company. Who are we? Hermanos Tostado is a team of professionals whose main objective is to provide comprehensive service in seafood through the use of technology, always optimizing the resource available and taking care of the quality products. And here we have some of the main products that Hermanos Tostado has. We have smoked marlin, smoked tuna, smoked sailfish, smoked shark, shredded marlin, tuna medallion, tuna loin, tuna fin, and ceviche cubes. Moving on into their business model. Key partners: FAPSA and Piazza. FAPSA and Piazza are Hermanos Tostado main suppliers of food engineering, which helps Hermanos Tostado to give flavor, consistency, quality, and conservation to all of their products, in addition to helping them to constantly improve their products, to improve innovation and be aware of the food industry technologically in order to take advantage of the process wholesale, which has an expenditure of approximately of 2,000 pesos per ton processed. Key activities. The main key activity that distinguishes Hermanos Tostado from other tuna companies is their handcraft technique. Since its origins, Hermanos Tostado have bet on the traditional technique of smoking with mahogany wood, a process that takes more than 15 hours. First, a perfect cut of the pieces of yellow tuna, marlin, sailfish, and Pacific shark, resting in brine, dried in a wood oven, and then smoked with the unique recipe of Hermanos Tostado, obtaining the product of the highest quality. Today, Hermanos Tostado produces tuna, marlin, shark, and smoked sailfish in different presentations, such as medallion, loin, fillet, crumble, etc. Here we have Hermanos Tostado key resources. We have here the finished product per processed ton of tuna. We have here the smoked tuna, tuna medallion, shredded tuna loin, and ceviche cubes. This information, this chart specifically, gives us that per ton of processed tuna gives 550 kilograms, which is divided into the products seen in the chart: smoked tuna, tuna medallion, tuna crumble, tuna loin, tuna cubes. Value propositions. Hermanos Tostado wants to supply high quality tuna. The main value proposition right now is to bring the best seafood service through optimizing a technology and using the company resources to supply those who want the best seafood service also following on alimentation and agriculture of the raw material alignments, making this Hermanos Tostado a social responsible company, which is great for a company like Hermanos Tostado because the more people are demanding the product, the more business opportunities will show up. Here we have the customer relationships, FAPSA and PIASA, the food engineering suppliers that we mentioned before, Aeromexico, that thanks to them, the Hermanos Tostado have a huge channel of distribution that we're gonna talk about in a minute. Pinza, the direct competition and also working partners, we could say, because they have worked in some projects before with Hermanos Tostado, Eco Pacific Foods, Productos Marinos. The channels of distribution. Thanks to the confidence of Hermanos Tostado and their clients have been able to form a foreign routes of which they go to Mexico City, Querétaro, Guadalajara, Puerto Vallarta, Hermosillo, Obregón, Los Mochis, Guasave. They also go to La Paz, San Jose del Cabo, San Lucas, to San Carlos, which there is sent a vehicle depending on the amount of tons ordered. Here we have a little bit of information about the tuna market regarding some of the main tuna markets right now, that is United States, the European Union, Swiss, and Japan. By looking at this information, we decided that United States could be the best bet for Hermanos Tostado because the expansion strategy we have planned for Hermanos Tostado, we've been mentioning that the file is to export into another country, which in this scenario we are taking into consideration the United States. The income term that we have in mind is CFR, cost and freight. This will involve everything in between packaging the product to doing the freight. After that, the consumer of the product will be responsible for his product. Basically, Hermanos Tostado is selling their product directly to a specific customer, and from the moment customer the customer gets the tuna, they have the full responsibility of what happens to that product. First of all, Hermanos Tostado already has its own packaging and transport system, so we'll continue explaining the rest of the CFR chain. As we mentioned before, Hermanos Tostado counts with a huge channel of distribution, sorry. And the plan here is if we wanted to enter to the United States market, the plan here is to send the tuna to a Tijuana facility, and then the United States customer gets the tuna he ordered from that facility and transported, and then he transports it to San Diego. Currently, according to Hacienda, Ley de los Impuestos Generales de Importación y de Exportación, There aren't any export tariffs that apply to tuna in Mexico. And here we have the income term that we mentioned before. After that, handling of freight will be made by MSC, Mediterranean Shipping Company, and this will be the cost around 170,000 pesos for 20 tons. We can't forget that the freight needs insurance. If anything happens to it, we will go to AXA to insure the freight, and this will have a cost around of 30,000 pesos. And that concludes the CFR chain to export Hermanos Tostado product to the rest of the chain completed by the client specified by the income term. And here we have the budget of Hermanos Tostado and all the costs that need to be made. So here in the budget, we conclude that the Hermanos Tostado have the budget to pay for all the the export process. Well, and that basically is thank you very much for staying with me watching this presentation.